Don't touch me, yo. Do not touch me.
You're under arrest.
No, what the fuck?
For goddamn what?
What are you doing, right? Haven't seen what you doing. Y'all got this on recording, right? I do this as a joke, bro. Shit, haven't seen nothing to me. Shit.
I don't have anything against you. You know that. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you do say may be used against you in a court of law. As we discuss this matter, you have the right to stop answering my questions at any time that you desire. You have the right to a lawyer before speaking to me, to remain silent until you can talk to him, and to have him present while you're being questioned. If you desire a lawyer but cannot afford one, it won't be provided to you without cost. Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you?
Yeah.
Now that I've advised you your rights, are you willing to answer my questions without an attorney? Anything physical happened?
No physical, that's what I'm saying. Nothing physical. I did throw a little plastic bottle on my nearest car.
A bottle got
It was a
thrown.
bottle that hit his car.
Bottle hit his car.
Let's arrest him. He's obstructing. You're under arrest. All right? Right now.
This is ridiculous.
This is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
You just arrested people who are protesting.
You're obstructing a police vehicle.
Because you
From
guys
trying
are
to-
arresting people protesting communist political events. This is not necessary. Respect means to you, and you want me to listen to
So
it.
respect means to me, what respect means to me in this circumstance is I'm not going to ask you any questions pertaining to any crimes. I'm going to ask you your basic name. I would ask that you respectfully just answer that. I'm not going to engage you in any sort of discourse regarding beliefs, and I'm not going to put once I unsecure you, once I take your handcuffs off and I set your bag over here, I'm going to put one handcuff onto this, and that'll be the last time I touch you until we get ready to move you or release you.
November 17th, because I already have mental health court that day.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
I'm sure that won't be a problem, dude. I'm sure that won't be a problem at all. You're doing something that you feel is important, is right, and you know that's. I support that. Just try to be as. I mean, dude. This is 2020 is officially just.
Crazy, but if I would have called the cops, then it would have been a different story. Like I feel like he wouldn't have gotten in trouble.
I know.
Said to check his car the other night, but the sheriff said, she said no, he doesn't.
It's unfortunate that you feel that way, dude, and I don't like that you feel that you can't, and that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
I really believe that. You know, my thing is I'm a veteran, man. I'm a big believer that like we need to support the public and however we can do it. I just don't. It makes me nervous seeing you jump in the fray because I'm afraid somebody's gonna do what happened. Like they're gonna attack you and then it's
We
gonna.
don't feel comfortable calling you guys.
So you're under arrest for obstruction, for blocking my vehicle. All right, so you have to be fingerprinted, photographed, processed, and then we'll see about releasing you. All right. Do you have an attorney?
I have an attorney who will represent me.
Okay. Do you have a number or anything from them? Like, do you want to talk to them before you process? Is that what you're saying? Is that something?
You can get the number.
Who is it? Who's the attorney?
Sujata Gibson. I'm not alright with the fact that I was arrested for blocking a car on a public sidewalk in the first place, and so
Well,
I'm not
I mean,
comfortable being processed for
You're
that.
blocking an emergency vehicle from going to an emergency call.
I
You
know,
don't
but
see
like,
you don't see an issue with that.
like your colleague just said, like it wasn't anything serious. It was just like somebody.
But we don't know that.
We do
Last
now.
night, somebody was shot dead just down the street from where the shooting happened.
And how did you guys help that situation? question about my arrest. Like, did you make any attempt to drive around me?
No, because you were right in the middle of my car. That's not. You blocked that. I got out of my car. I even asked you and told you that I was going to an emergency call, and you basically said big deal. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and say that I have to drive around you because you're blocking my car.
But am I
and you're
blocking
breaking
your
the law.
car if there's a way around me?
There was not a way around you.
There
You
absolutely
were right.
was.
You were right in the middle of the driveway, and
So
right
go
in
on
the
either
middle,
side.
and right in the middle of my car.
So we're trying to get this thing moving along, trying to get you out of here. We're gonna let you make your phone call, but if you could just like let us process you, it would move things off. We got a situation outside, obviously. We're trying to get that alleviated. We're trying to get you out of here, all right? So if we start processing now, we can obviously make that a little quicker.
What if I just leave without getting processed?
Yeah. Don't mind if you could remove your boots from our desk, please.
Is it really that big of a deal? Like,
It's kind of a respect thing. I'm respecting you.
bruh, I'm chained to a bench. I'm
Okay.
not being respected right now. Like, I can.
I'm speaking.
We need to process her for the charge. Okay. She says she wanted to talk to you first, but doesn't feel like she needs or should be processed, but that's something that we have to do.
Back up.
This is police brutality.
Back
Police
up.
brutality.
Get back.
Hey, fuck you. What's your name, bitch? What's your name? What's your name? Are you breaking the fucking law right now?
Do not put your hands on me.
This is my
Do you
legal
understand me?
friend. I didn't put
Do
my
not
hand on
put
you.
your hands on me.
You piece of shit. Tomorrow, I don't think it's worth it.
Which one do you want?
They want
Which one do you
Messiah.
Get your hands off him.
Can you get an announcement going on lawful assembly? Please disperse.
You need to disperse. This is an unlawful assembly. This is an unlawful assembly. Please disperse or you'll be subject to arrest.
These people are trying to help you
Please
become a decent
disperse
police
or you'll
force.
be subject to arrest.
We're all trying to help the police become a decent police force, and you guys are failing.
Thank
to
you,
do
sir.
it.
This is an unlawful assembly. Please disperse or you'll be subject to arrest. Please disperse or you'll be subject to arrest. This is an unlawful assembly. Please disperse or you'll be subject to arrest. This is an unlawful assembly. Please disperse or you'll be subject to arrest. Please disperse or you'll be subject to arrest.
One person will see.
This is an unlawful assembly. Please disperse or you'll be subject to arrest.
They've got the two primaries in the middle of their group. Get the hand. Any one of them. Yep, is it? Which one do you want?
Get your hands off him.
I would get a phone call at this point because they've left the area.
I'm gonna fucking look at you in the eyes, knowing you're a piece of fucking shit.
Back up! You're going to be subject to pepper spray. Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Let's go. Just back up, please. Trust me. Back up, please. Just back up. They will. Once they're done being arraigned. Just back up, please.
You guys are making it
Just back up. Just back up. They're just going to be a ring.
That's not fucking peace.
You gotta go. You're gonna be subject to pepper spray. Yeah, you gotta go. I don't want to see that happen to any of you. Just go. Just back up. It's gonna suck, so just go. Why don't you release them? Back up. They will be released after they get their tickets and go through the process. So just go on and move out of here. So you don't have to do that. We're not gonna discuss it. I'm not gonna deal with that. You got to move.
We've tried to come in contact with you guys.
Like the first thing that should happen.
Yeah, but there's a time for this. Right now it is.
Dude, the time was before you started.
Back up. Live with yourself. Back up. Back up, please. Back up. Back up. Back up. Just log one burst of OC.
I really agree with that. I think we have work to do. Yes, but I think you're passing a lot of.
To the highest.
I can't continue.
Correctly and split it up
Hi,
into
how you doing?
reasonable tasks.
Couldn't agree more. I think what you're saying is completely
Copy. Once you're clear,
That's
136
fundamentally what these
Fayette
protests
Street.
are about.
What do we do then? So let's say people take your advice, right? And then we just have a bunch of police that say, you know what, we're taking your advice. I didn't get your first name. I'm Brandon. What's your first name?
I'm Brendan.
Brendan? Oh, is there? That's fine. So we're going to take your advice and we're going to do that.
Yep.
Now you're left with 5 people as police officers. Then whatever happens sort of is whatever happens. And what would you...
Well,
how
hopefully
would
the
you envision
community
that?
would be forced into such crisis that it would do a proper job of reinventing policing.
Like self-policing and kind of redoing the legislature and saying different
I
stuff?
wouldn't picture self-policing as being the most important thing to talk about first. I would picture, like, let's totally separate these things.
How do you respond,
Let's
though,
not
the day
have a guy
after?
stop for a
What
traffic.
about the day after?
The day after
The
is
day
going
after
to
we
be
took
horrible.
the day
I
after
agree.
we took Brendan's advice.
Yes, if it was
and
mass taken all at
75%,
once.
80% officers said, you know what, he makes a great point.
Yeah.
We're all leaving, and we took your advice.
Right.
We're looking at like just complete and utter anarchy.
Well, not complete and utter anarchy, but it's not going to be good.
No.
The pain of the transition
But-
is justification.
But that
to
saying
not
that,
make a change.
right,
I understand
saying,
it would be difficult,
Right.
but I think that to your point about, you create all these new departments that are doing the mental health things, and that it's not necessarily
More
about
government?
creating
Okay.
government departments. It's
This is
government
bad.
is first and foremost created by the people. So if you can put that power back into the hands of people, if you spread that money around to subsidize education, what I think about most is why does crime happen? People are desperate, people are uneducated, people are put in situations that are more emotionally stressful than they need to be because of money. The voting and the change, to me, and I think to many of us, blue or red, we don't give a fuck. We think the policy and the systems in place are fucked.
Why are we under militarized police?
Do you know that there'd be no issues, there'd be no presence even of officers around if things were kept out of our driveway, off to the sidewalk, out of the public roadway, like freedom of speech, let it rain, right?
So
Like speak it. But if
it becomes more and more violent, I think that's why the George Floyd thing is so explosive it is.
I haven't heard anybody who agrees with the George Floyd thing. I think every universally condemned. It was horrible. It was straight up murder. They need to be in prison. They need to be under the prison. I couldn't agree more. And
Is Ari being treated like a human in there?
100%. 100%.
A trans woman?
Yes, 100%. 100%. I dealt with her. You can ask her. 100%.
Nobody's kneeling on nobody's neck in there?
Nobody.
Because now we got to ask those questions.
If you want, let me go check with the boss, and I'll walk you back, and you can take a look. Let me go talk.
Can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution!
Second thing, they said, I'll give you some water and loosen up your handcuffs, but you only get 5 more ACABs. Let's give it to them. All cops are back!